Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Leap Expert Hour. Well, I see a lot of people are joining in, so if you guys can hear me, just let me know in the chat box. Right, so cool. So today's topic is pretty interesting. We're going to talk about masters with industrial placements in the UK, and it has been asked. This topic has been very popular with a lot of students because UK historically is not really kind of known for like programs with industrial placements, but now I think they're getting very popular. So in today's session, we'll try to cover most of the questions around that, and we'll talk about whether they're worth it, how much you can earn, and plus you can also ask your questions. Also, we would have Taru joining us pretty soon, and before she joins us, guys, let me know where are you guys joining from so that I get to know my audience better. Cool. So I can see a few messages. Hello, Adam. Hi, Anita. Hi. Okay. Yes, you're audible. Cool. Glad. Let me know where are you joining from, and we'll welcome Taru shortly. And guys, before we start today's session, just a quick, I would say, appeal, I would say. So yeah, if you want to connect with us directly with me or Taru, so we are offering a very good, I would say, very beneficial offer for today's session only. You can get to you can enroll with LeapScholar with just 199 rupees, and you also get to attend expert sessions by me and Taru. Also, you receive a lot of other benefits, which includes a personalized counselor. They'll help you with university shortlisting. They'll help you with visas. They'll help you with IELTS and whatever you want to ask them, so they can answer your endless questions as well. Apart from that, the added advantage is you do get to attend personalized sessions with me and Taru, wherein we'll understand your profile. We'll give you a detailed I would say, advice and guidance on how to select the right university, the right course for you. Uh, cool. So we have people joining us. Hello, Mokshagna. Ravi Teja is joining from Hyderabad. Kapil from Mumbai. Radha. Hello. Hi, Radha. How are you? Cool. Guys, you can start posting your questions and we'll welcome Taru. So let me just add her into the stream. Hi, Taru. How are you? We cannot see you. I think your camera is off. Taru, can you hear us? Hey Sahil, hi Kapil. I'll get to your questions very shortly. Let's just wait for Taru to join in, and we'll briefly run through the quick presentation for just 10 minutes, and we'll be answering all your queries during this session. So that's 45 minutes, 15 minutes of the session. We'll just be answering queries. Taru, can you hear us? Well, we can't see you, and can you just try logging in again? Guys, just give me 1 second. There is some technical glitch on Taru's end. So let me just bring her back on the session. Hi, Taru, can you see us? Your camera is off again. Cool. So we'll wait for Taru to join, and until then, I'll pick up a few questions. I think there is a technical glitch on her end. So yeah, I'll take a first question by Sahil Lokhande, and he's asking Brunel versus Coventry versus Kingston Uni for supply chain and international business and management. So Sahil, on purely on the basis of the reputation these universities carry. All three universities are pretty good universities. But having said that, Coventry and Kingston are comparatively, I would say, they are modern universities. They were established after 1992, and Brunel is considered a traditional university. Also, Brunel as a university carries much more reputation as an overall institution. It is located very, very close to central London, just tube right away, and gives you access to a number of companies and organizations in the vicinity around London as well. Uh, I would recommend Brunel rather than Coventry or Kingston purely on the reputation basis. I hope that answers your question. Next up, Kapil Patil, project management and placement year. Kapil, there are plenty of universities that will offer project management with the placement year option, but obviously we would need to know that what kind of percentage do you have. It will also depend on your overall background. So your percentage, your IELTS score, your SOP, your LORs as well. So I would recommend that you sign up for LeapScholar, and someone, a counselor will help you shortlist all the options. Uh, cool. Next up, we have Gitartha Sharma. Good university can apply for Masters in Supply Chain Management or Business Analytics. IELTS 7.5, CGPA BE 8.1, 12th 90%, 1 year work ex. Gitartha, you have a very, very good profile. For supply chain and business analytics, I would recommend that you can choose from any Russell Group universities. So there are 24 universities, which include universities like Manchester, Sheffield, Cardiff, all the top universities in the UK. Given your profile is extremely, extremely good, you're a very bright student, I would highly recommend that you go for a Russell Group university. So get in touch with us, and we'll help you shortlist your university options. However, with an 8.1 CGPA, you can also target the top ranking universities as well. You've got an extremely good profile and a good IELTS score as well. Cool. Yeah, we have Taru with us. Just a second. Hey Taru, welcome. Finally.
Hi, Saket. Thank you. Yeah, finally I'm able to join.
Yeah. I believe there was some technical glitch at the back end.
Yeah.
Cool. Guys, we welcome Taru here. So she has decades, over decades of experience mentoring students for a variety of countries. And at Leap, she's, immersed in guiding, mentoring, and counseling students for their overseas journeys. And you must have met her in the previous sessions as well. And today she's going to talk about everything about you want to know about Masters with Industrial Placements in the UK. Cool. So shall we start, Taru?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so the biggest question is masters with industrial placement should be, should you go for it or not? And what is industrial placement? And in this session, we'll just take you through the benefits of attaining an industrial placement along with your master's degree, and what are certain points that you can consider if you do not want to opt for it. Okay, now industrial placement is when you get a placement year along with your master's. So in UK, generally master's is of 1 year, and you can do an additional year, which is like a placement or an internship year. And there you get a chance to work with a British employer, and along with that, not only that, you are able to gain a lot of work experience before you step into a professional space. So you get real exposure to the workplace. You're working with a foreign employer. You're gaining the culture. You're understanding the culture. You're gaining the experience. You are quite equipped with skills and skills and attributes that you would need when you would finally apply for a professional switchover after your qualification. Also, after doing a industrial placement, it actually increases your chances for getting a great job offer later on, because and at a better salary, of course, because you've already gained experience along with the qualification. So obviously employers would vouch for somebody who has experience rather than the ones who are freshers. And you might get a chance, so you would be working with an employer, and that employer, if that employer likes your work, chances, and most of the time what happens, these employers absorb you in their own organization after your course is over. So after masters, when you are doing your 2 years of post study work permit, you are getting a chance of working with the same employer later on in those 2 years. So less botheration for you, because you're already employed, you're already getting a good salary package. How it helps you personally is because it definitely boosts up your confidence. It gives you hands-on experience. It also helps you build up your skills, which would really help you for a long time in a professional scenario and in the professional sphere. And along with that, you get a lot of networking opportunities, because generally speaking, when you are doing a placement here, you are working with different departments, and you are kind of shadowing different departments, different heads. You can be working with business heads, you can be working with managers, senior managers. So you gain a lot. You learn, you look at the working style, and you gain how what everybody has to add up to your personality. So you pick up something from each and every person. And of course, most of the time, these placement years are paid. So you get a full time salary also while you're working with, while you are like, you're still not, finished your qualification, but you still have option of earning back your tuition fee money, because you do get full time salary when you're working with a employer under industrial placement option. Okay. Now, certain points that you can consider. So, if you have to decide whether or not you should go for masters in industrial placement or not, masters. Now, what happens? Not every university provides you industrial placement, and not every course would be equipped with industrial placement. So, why, when, and when not to choose it? So, what happens? Some students feel that it's kind of delaying their entry to PSWP program. So, that is post study work permit program that you can apply for after your post graduation or graduation. So you are a year behind that. So it could be, some people don't take it as a positive thing, although you gain experience and your chances of getting through a better opportunity becomes quite high in PSWP. uh, Many times, although universities train you and they kind of work on your skills and resume building, and they introduce you to their partner institute, but but you'll have to crack the interview on your own. So at times, you might not, if you're not able to crack the interview, you might have to look for this industrial placement option yourself. So that is generally low, but it could be a scenario that you should consider. Also, application procedure. So, in the first year, like when you're doing a master's with industrial placement, in the first year, you are busy studying, and it's an intensive course. Along with that, you have to file an application also. There's certain job application that you would need to write, and it needs time, it needs your thinking, analytical skills. You need to highlight skills, attributes, and what you possess in order to get that interview call, which will help you to be placed with an employer during your placement year. So that application procedure is at times is definitely time consuming, and students do feel at times they may feel that it's quite rigorous, and it's kind of taking them. They have to devote separate time for filling up the application, and at times university might not have an opportunity in the same city, so you might have to relocate for that 1 year. So these could be the points that you can consider. But on and all, it is definitely a very great opportunity if you get through. If your course do provide you with the placement year. Okay, so some of the, I mean, there are many universities in UK that provide placement year. I've just highlighted a few names. So one is with University of Bath, MSc in data science. So for data science students, if you are doing a placement year, you are definitely opening up many opportunities across for you. And then you have robotics and autonomous systems, MSc for with University of Sussex. Anglia Ruskin University offer MBA with placement year, and you can also do MBA in international business with Kingston University, London. They also provide you placement year. Similarly, University of Leicester provide you a placement year with MSc Computer Science, which is very popular program with IT students. And University of Lincoln provides you placement year with engineering management. So engineering management is a really great program for engineers who also want to get into a management side of the organization. So and along with that, industrial placement definitely helps. Another option is University of Greenwich, which gives you a placement year with when you go for MBA in international business. Now, these placement years generally are of 1 year, but at times university provide you. Some universities also have placement year which could be shorter than 1 year, could be 4 months or 6 months. So it varies across the university. So do check out, when you whether if you're really interested, do check out the program whether that's come along with your with the placement year or not. All
Cool.
right.
Thank you so much, Taru, for telling us all about placement here and how what kind of options are available. So, guys, before we start taking the questions, and Taru, before she answers the questions, just a quick reminder: there is a link which is floating in the chat box, and if you click on that link, you'll be redirected to a payment page. You just have to pay 199 rupees, and you can get free, not free, but yeah, very, very economical, personalized session, guidance session from me and Taru, wherein we'll discuss all our options. We'll speak to you on one-on-one in person, and we'll help you shortlisting your universities, giving you a few options. And if you have any detailed questions, we'll be happy to answer them there. So do sign up for the session. It's just 199 rupees. Plus, you also get personalized counseling from a dedicated counselor. They'll help you with SOPs, LORs, you can also join our IELTS classes, which is part of the package. Plus, you get to access a student community, which with over 70,000 students who just like you want to study abroad as well. So practically, you'll have friends before you land in Canada or the UK. Plus, they'll help you with your accommodation, visas, and whatnot. So do sign up, and the link is right there in your chat box. Do sign up. So I'll start taking questions, Taru. Uh, the first question is a very unusual question, I think. Taru, the student is asking any university with less international students. So I'm not really sure why would you want to go to the UK and not meet people from the other countries, right?
Yeah. So I would just say that if you're going to an international country, networking is the key to success to get a great job offer. And don't just stick to your own community. Please mingle with others because you don't know which person might help you. So if you work in a multicultural society, you have more chances of getting through a good opportunity. Now,
Right.
every university has its own ratio when it comes to number of international students, and you can always check it on the website. What is the class size by going to the university website and the course website? All these details are mentioned on the same page.
Right. I hope that answers the question. Cool. So I think this question, Taru, pertains to like masters for mechanical engineering students with placement here. I think there are a couple of universities which offer for mechanical engineers or not.
Yes, there would be options for mechanical engineering as well. Though I cannot, I would say engineering courses are there, but very rare. Um, Engineering management do have it. but you do
Yeah,
get internships with when it comes to masters with internships. When it comes to engineering, I remember University of Hertfordshire has, if you're going for software engineering, then they do offer you a work placement year. Also, like I
yeah,
mentioned, many universities are offering this placement, not an year, but few months of placement where you can work with
right.
a British employer. So you'll have to check at the university level.
Right. So, guys, even if you don't get, like obviously, unlike Canada, because Canada, I think most colleges and universities have a co-op option and a non-co-op option. In the UK, it's the case with every university that not every course will be will be offered with an industrial placement. But in the UK, you can also check out something called graduate jobs or graduate apprenticeships or internships, which is basically you apply for these internships at least a year to 6 months in advance. And most employers offer these kind of programs. So do check them out. And I think most universities would be happy to offer you, help with industrial placements at such universities. Cool. Next up, we have a question. Best university for civil engineering masters. So I think plenty of them, right?
Yeah, plenty of that, and it would be better if we do an idea about the percentage because, of course, the Russell Group universities are the best. However,
Yeah,
there's certain non-Russell Group universities who are like which are equally popular amongst the student community.
yeah. I think Labro is one of them. It's like really good for the engineering programs, and it's a
Yeah.
non-Russell Group university. Cool. I hope that answers your question. Next up, Jyoti Aluwalia, University of Sussex for data science or Hertfordshire.
University, okay. So,
Um, Well, can I answer that, Taru? Because I think
sure, sure, sure,
I
sure.
studied at Hertfordshire. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I think Jyoti, just to give an idea, Hertfordshire as a uni, because I spent 3 years of my life at Hertfordshire campus. So very good, I would say, exposure, very close to London, and I know a lot of friends from computer sciences background. I had a couple of flatmates at uni who were doing computer sciences programs, and they've been working with really really good UK employers. I've also attended a lot of their career days on campus, and we would have people from Tesco, people from Barclays, people from NatWest, people from EY, Shell, Philips visit the campus. So really, really good industry connections at Hertfordshire. But having said that, Sussex is also a very, very good uni. I've been to that campus myself, and it's a very beautiful campus. Ideally, it will depend on you. Hertfordshire will be a little bit more on the affordable side, and Sussex will be a little bit more on the higher side on the tuition fee front. But talking about the living expenses, I think both will cost you very, very similar because they both are located outside London. But Hertfordshire has an added advantage of proximity to London, which is basically the IT hub of the UK right now. So major IT jobs are concentrated in London, in and around London, basically. Cool. I hope that answers your question. So, Taru, next question we have is from RUK. So I'm not really sure what that means. So, which stream should we follow in MBA?
It's stream. I think specialization is what
Yeah,
you might want to ask. So there's a fresher MBA, global MBA, or you can go for specialization. Now, depending upon your background, you can probably do it in finance, international business. You can go for accounting. You can go for human resource. Operation management is very good program, and many more to choose from.
right. Cool. So, MBAs, plenty options, guys. Loads of options. You can, like Taru said, you can go for a freshers MBA, and there are some MBAs which will also require some sort of work experience. So, plenty options out there. Next up, Taru, we have a question from Ravjeet. Psychology masters with placement, IELTS score 8.5, CGPA 7.6. I think the uh, academics are pretty brilliant, but I'm not really sure if psychology with placement is available. I haven't really heard
Uh,
of it, to be honest.
Well, psychology with I've seen a couple of programs which do have a placement year, and in that case,
Mhm.
it would be 2 years, 3 years program. However, getting through masters in psychology is a bit competitive, and you might have to go for a conversion program rather than direct entry because In order to get through masters in psychology, it has to be accredited by the board, like that UK board, and only then you can take admission into masters program. So a conversion option is also there. You need to explore that, and I'm sure that would work out in your case.
Right. I hope that answers your question, Rabjeet. Next up, Amruta is asking which universities can I get with a 6.55 CGPA and one year work ex?
Okay. And 1 year work experience. Which stream do you want to go for, Amrita? In universities in UK, all of them offers almost every course that you can think of. So we'll need to know what is your qualification. Accordingly, we could suggest you the university.
Right. So, Amrita, if you're still in the session, please let us know and we'll be happy to answer your question. Next up, we have Kinjal. She's asking BCU or Sheffield Hallam for business courses. Which one would you recommend?
I think they both are at par, Saket. What do you say?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Almost
think
at par.
both are, yeah, almost at par. However, I would say I think both universities are pretty good. Like if cities, as cities, I think both Sheffield and Birmingham have really good opportunities on offer, Kinjal. So I think both are equally ranked. Both are great unis. Uh, Guys, I think there's one thing I would like to tell everyone that irrespective of the university you go in the UK, there is a body which is a government body. It's called the QAA, which is a Quality Assurance Agency. So whether you're studying at Oxford, whether you're studying at Sheffield Hallam, whether you're studying at Strathclyde, whether you're studying at Aston, uh, there's one thing for sure that the quality of education you get at any of these universities is world class. So be rest assured. And coming back to your question, Kinjal, I think like Taru said, both are at par. So I think you can choose any of them. Uh, Anand is asking a question: is it worth applying for the placement? So I think just you tell your personal opinion. What do you think?
Yeah. So, Anand, it is, it depends upon you. It varies across what you want to do in life. So, do you want to gain some kind of experience before going ahead? And let me also tell you, when you're going for a placement year, you're actually not paying a tuition fee for that particular year. It's just a very petty amount of administrative charges that the university would be charging you. But if you look at the bigger picture, you're getting a lot of support from the university because university really work hard to get you through their partner institutes. Now it's up to you whether you can crack the interview, and they provide you with a lot of help, and they assist you in building up your resume. You can be a part of their job fair. They help you in filling up an application. So I mean, they provide you a lot of support. I think it's really a great choice if you want to stay back in UK later on. And even if you want to come back to India, getting 1 year of work experience abroad really makes a lot of difference.
Right, right. I hope that answers your question, Anand. Guys, before we proceed further, just a quick reminder. There is a link which is floating in the chat box. You know what to do. You have to click that link. You will go to a payment page where you have to pay just 199 rupees, which is less than a cost of a coffee or maybe a meal at McDonald's. You get an expert guidance session by me, Taru, or Ekta, like three people together. Not just that, we'll also give you personalized counseling from a dedicated counselor. They'll help you with university shortlisting. They'll help you with IELTS. They'll help you with SOP LORs and whatever you wish to, ask. So make sure you click the link right now and sign up. It's a very limited period offer. And I am holding regular sessions, personalized sessions with a lot of students. I've done 3 sessions in the past wherein I have spoken to students one on one. So if you want to speak to me one on one, click on the link and sign up for LeapScholar. Cool. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so Shikhar, University of Surrey. So Shikhar is going to University of Surrey. I would like to pitch in my video here. So Shikhar, I'm doing I've done a video with University of Surrey, which is going to be posted on our YouTube channel this week or next week. So keep an eye on that. I think you might like it. Next up, Taru, we have a question from Inderjeet. Master's program in UK after BTech Electronics and Communication Engineering. 10th is 78%, 12th 79%, 8.69 CGPA, second year completed. Pretty good profile, I would say.
Yeah,
Future
fantastic
jobs,
profile.
fantastic profile. I think all the Russell Group universities he can target. Uh, Future scope and jobs of electronics in the UK. So I think engineers are in demand everywhere, right?
Yes, yes. It's in the shortage list, so I'm sure you would benefit, and getting a job in your field would not be a challenge for you.
Right. So Indrajit, I hope that answers the question. Electronics engineers or engineers in general are in skill shortage list in the UK, and they are in very, very high demand. However, if you want to switch fields, which most people do after engineering, you can also check out MBA programs, the fresher MBAs. You can also go for MScs. You can also do engineering management and project management as well. Uh, Next up, how much does a year of previous experience help in boosting your profile while applying? So work experience in general.
Yeah. So what happens when you're applying for a particular university and you do have work experience, related work experience, then it definitely adds up a weightage. Chances are that, like I've seen certain cases where students have only 55%, but they have good work experience at a managerial capacity, and they've cracked through Sheffield. And I'm talking from my personal experience. So they've got through MBA and MIM programs with an unconditional offer letter. Even IELTS wasn't required. So work experience definitely would add up a weightage on your application form. It also increases chances of getting some scholarship from the university.
Right. I hope that answers the question, Joshua. Next up, Sahil is asking which course is more demand. So basically, he's confused between project management modules or supply chain management. So what's your take, Taru? I think, from me, I think both are very much, I would say, in-demand programs, project management and supply chain management. What would you recommend?
Depends upon what side of the organization you want to be.
Yeah,
The roles would definitely vary. If you're going for project management program, it's more to do with leadership roles, and supply chain management also have its own growth, but it is towards a different. It's more to do with freight and printing and everything. So you have to
yeah.
first decide what is your career goal, and accordingly then choose it.
Right, and I think most engineers go through this dilemma. So I have seen a lot of my friends who did BTech, and they're like, "Okay, shall we do a master's in engineering, or shall we go to engineering management? Shall we do
Management.
project management? Shall we do an MBA?" So I think most engineers go through this dilemma. So
Yeah.
guys, I would recommend that like I said, every student is different. So sit back, relax, and just try to understand what you want out of life in general. How do you want to work? Because some people, they really, really thrive in an environment where they are like working on the tech all the time, like the technical side of things. Some people like talking to people. So I think then you'll enjoy the management side of things. And I think you spoke to Sarika as well yesterday, and she
Yeah.
also said the same thing, right? So she
Yeah.
is a developer, and she didn't like sitting at the back end, so she shifted to the front end, right? So now she's talking to people regularly. So guys, decide what you want. No field is no field is there which does not have scope. If you have right skills on the table, if you bring right skills to the table, you constantly upskill yourselves. I think getting a job is not a challenge. However, I do recommend that when you study abroad, especially not just the UK but Canada as well for that matter, or maybe Australia as well, it's very important to network. And I think Sarika also emphasized that. Cool. I
Yeah.
hope you do get an idea. So next question, Prasad Bhandare, which is best for a fresher who wants to work in India as a project manager, masters or MBA.
Masters or MBA or project management. Okay. So project manager, even if you want to work in India, what happens? Okay. Now, if you don't have an experience, you would actually go for global MBA. Why not go for MIM, which would be definitely more economical on pockets because MBA is a bit expensive as compared to MIM. Project management, for that, I would say most of the universities would ask a few years of work experience. So we'll have to see whether you would get a course without. And I always feel that if you're going for project management, you need to gain some experience and then apply for that. If you are a fresher, MIM is definitely a very interesting option because you can choose a major which you really want to specialize in and then go ahead and come back. Yeah, but from Indian point of view, I would also like to add MIM not that popular in India. MBA still kind of rules the professional world.
Yeah,
So if you want to
yeah.
come back to India, probably MBA, a global MBA will also do.
Right. So, Taru, in case, let's say if someone, what will be your take on this? So, let's say if someone wants to go for an MBA at a modern university, let's say something like Bedfordshire or Middlesex, all these Coventry, versus maybe a master's at a Russell Group. Which one will you recommend?
Well, I would always go for Russell Group University. It gives you better experience and your student
Yeah,
journey. I mean, it kind of give you a better exposure. But then it also depends upon your, career goals. So MIM, if you want to like stay in Europe or let's say in UK, then MIM actually makes sense because they recognize that qualification and they admire the qualification. India is still getting used to it. Yes, top university like multinational companies would recognize it because they understand where you're coming from. But if
yeah,
you're going for traditional industries in India, then there might be some challenge. So MBA would be a better
right,
option, I feel.
right. Uh, Gitatha is asking any good Russell Group universities offering placement years in business analytics. I think Russell Group universities don't really have placement years, do they?
Where I actually I've seen those, but they are very limited. They're not 1 year.
Very little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not 1 year experience. They probably would add 2 years or sorry, 2 months to 4 months. I know of a particular program, but it's quite competitive at University of Bath. They don't. I'm not. It's not about business analytics. If you somebody wants to go for data science, they do offer placement year for data science.
right. But I think Bath
And
is again not a Russell Group university, right? Bath is no,
Bath
Bath
is
is not Russell. No, Bath is not Russell Group. Yeah.
all
But
right.
I think Russell Group universities, like you said, I think they do have. Even I have seen a couple of programs where they have like a 1 month company project to kind of
Yeah.
throw in,
Or
sort
they
of.
could have 2 to 4 months of industry placement, also industrial
Yeah,
placement. But it is not like a 1 year,
yeah,
full
yeah.
time thing.
So
And
yeah, we
you
cannot
may or
call
may
it a
not get,
placement year. Yeah,
yeah, you may or may not get paid in those. They are more like internships.
right, right. I hope that answers your question, Gitartha. But however, having said that, Bath is one of the top universities in the UK.
Yeah.
So I think Labro and Bath, they are non-Russell Group universities, and they're very, very, I would say, prestigious in terms of the kind of courses they offer. And not many people know that Bath was actually one of the pioneers who started industrial placement degrees in the UK. So if you go for a grad, like for a bachelor's
Yeah.
degree, most programs will have a placement year. However, at the master's level, a lot of programs do offer placement years. But do check University of Bath; you may find something very interesting.
And
Uh,
just to add up to this, Saket, I had two of my colleagues passed out from University of Bath, and they were placed at a better salary package in India than most of us with experience. So that's the kind of recognition the university has in India.
right, cool. Next up, we have a question from Joffy J. So scale up visa and skilled worker visa. So I think scale up visa was just introduced today
I,
or yesterday.
I think yeah, in this week it was supposed to introduce, and there you
Yeah,
can actually change the employer. We,
yeah.
what do you want to add
So
on it?
I think I still haven't kind of read about it because I think it was
Yeah,
just introduced like a day ago or two ago.
yeah,
But just I've just given it a quick glance, and I think
yeah.
scale up visa is more related to the kind of organization you work with. So basically, if you get a job offer with an employer, that is more of a startup and as and has shown growth in the last 2-3 years in terms of revenue or people, if you land up a job in such kind of organization, you can apply for a scale-up visa. So something like that. So we still kind of have to go through the whole details.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll make a video on it, Joffy, soon. So just keep looking at keep watching our channel. So I will come up with a video on that soon.
Yeah.
Cool. Next up, MA in journalism and mass communication, which is the best country, I would say.
Best
She's trying to
country.
ask.
Okay, for
Yeah,
journalism, UK is a great option. Why not to go for UK and you can complete the qualification within 1 year?
yeah. Cool. And I think, Taru, for most universities, journalism, I think they also require higher band score, right?
They would need overall 7 bands.
Right. Cool. I hope that answers the question, Angela. Next is before you, Taru has another webinar to attend, so she'll take up 2 more questions. And yeah, guys, please post your questions, like in an elaborate manner, like very, very brief questions. I'm not trying to, I'm not able to understand the questions actually. Cool. Next up, we have Shamida Minu. Which universities have scholarships of more than 50%?
Okay, great question. It keeps changing. So,
Yeah,
the last I got to know of was Manchester University, which was not offering 50%, but close to 50%. It was
yeah,
extremely competitive.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think Sheffield has one, if I'm not
yeah,
wrong. Sheffield has one, plus I think Oxford, Cambridge, obviously it goes without
yeah,
saying they have
yeah,
fully
yeah,
funded
they would.
scholarships as well. Plus, I think Commonwealth and Chevening scholarships are always there, which are like 100% scholarships. Uh,
Yeah,
apart from that, Shamira, I think most universities, including the Russell Group universities, if you have a very good academic profile, they'll be happy to offer you scholarships worth, £5,000 till £15,000 as well. So I think I was just checking, Taru, that Imperial College London is also offering scholarships worth £20,000
yeah.
this year for master's
So
programs.
yes, generally 10,000 to 20,000 pounds in a year. And also, I would like to. I mean, I always feel that instead of going for 100% scholarship, it's good to go for the university or grade scholarship. Why? Because specifically with Chevening scholarship, there's a clause. If you check the website, you need to come back because it's like 100% sponsorship, so you can't stay back and apply for post-study work permit. So if government is funding
Yeah,
your entire education, your stay, your
yeah,
airfare, they just want to be, it has to be balanced
yeah,
out with people who are not getting that kind of scholarship. So
right.
I mean, if you really want to come back, you can have a really great exposure with that scholarship, but there's a clause that you can't go back to UK for next 2 years.
Right, and I think that's with most 100% scholarships you get,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Chevening or Commonwealth. And I think there was one more I just remembered, which was Developing Solutions Master Scholarship at University of Nottingham. That's
Okay.
also ranging between 50 to 100%. And I think if you get 100% scholarship, you cannot apply for the UPPSW.
Yes, yes, you can't.
Cool. So Taru, you can take one last question, and then we'll free you from this YouTube live, and you can join another webinar. Uh, So very interesting question. Lakshmi is asking UK study opportunities after 2 Canada study visa refusals. So I think she's got 2 refusals. What's your take? Can she apply for the UK?
Yes, I'm sure you can apply for UK. You just don't just hide anything from High Commission. You do mention that you've had, you know, 2 visa refusals, but that would not, kind of have a negative impact as long as you meet the university requirements and your funds are in proper shape. Then it's gonna be fine in UK. So no worries. Just go ahead and apply for UK universities.
Right. I hope that answers the questions, Lakshmi. Thank you so much, Taru, for answering loads of questions. I'll take over from here.
Yeah.
And thank you once again. And hopefully, we'll interact with students a lot more in the coming weeks.
Yes. Thank you, Saket. Thank you for having me. Have a great evening, all of you.
Thank you, Taru. Bye bye.
Bye.
Cool. So let me take a few more questions. So before I start taking more questions, guys, just to remind you again, there is a link which is floating in the chat box. So go sign up. You get personalized, exclusive guidance from me, and I have been taking a lot of personalized sessions with a lot of students. So if you want to speak to me directly, enroll now. Just 199 rupees. You don't just get that; you also get to experience a lot more services by LeapScholar, which includes a personalized counselor, university shortlisting. You get help with your visas. You get customized SOPs, LORs. So for people who are switching courses, who are changing the fields of study, SOPs are very important. Not just that, when you're applying to universities abroad, your SOP is one document which gets picked up the first. So high chance that if your SOP is not strong, that then you may not get the admit. So make sure you sign up with LeapScholar, and let's get back to answering more questions. Cool. So I'll quickly take one PhD question. So I think we do get a lot of questions on PhD. So Pallavi, very similar question. Guys, for PhDs, one thing which you have to do is it's very essential that you identify a potential supervisor. So let's say if you want to do a PhD in a particular, let's say, computer sciences, ideally the process is you go to the university website, you check out the computer sciences department. For that, you need to know what kind of research topic you have in mind. You may have developed a research proposal, you may not have developed a research proposal, but you need to approach professors by emailing them. It's a very, very long procedure, I know, but unfortunately, that's how it works. If the professor is ready to supervise your PhD dissertation, then you can formally apply to the university, and that applies to most universities across most countries. So I hope that helps. Unfortunately, I cannot help you with PhD applications. You would have to do it on your own. Uh, cool. Next up, Sambhav Jain. I'm currently in the last year of Bachelor in Management Sciences from HR College, Mumbai, with around 9 CGPA. Great score. I'm looking for pursuing MIM. So there are any colleges on the top 100 which accept people without GMAT and GRE. Plenty of them, Sambhav. Plenty of them. So I would say check out Durham University. Durham, Durham will offer you a lot of programs. Glasgow has a lot of programs, marketing. Depends on what kind of specialization you want to pursue. Durham, Glasgow, Sheffield, Liverpool. Then a couple of programs at Warwick, Manchester, Imperial College London. It's a world top 10 university. Masters in marketing does not require, masters in strategic marketing does not require GMAT. Plenty options in the UK, Sambhav. I think you're good to go. So like UK, most colleges will not require GMAT or GRE, and they are in top 100 as well. I hope that answers your question. Ashok, yes, you're same. I've answered that. Suresh is asking which is the best course for ME Mechanical Engineering. Suresh, if you've already done mechanical engineering at the bachelor's level, so there are possibly 4 options for you. You can either go into project management, you can do engineering management, you can do management or MBA, or you can do mechanical engineering itself. So plenty good options depending on what you actually want to do in your career. So eventually it would be up to your career goals. So all programs are the best programs. I will not say one program is better or the other program is not. It will eventually come down to how do you want to see your career to grow. Do you enjoy working at the technical side of things, or do you want to go towards the management side of things? Entirely depends on your career preferences. Ganesh is asking, is Masters of Mechanical Engineering good in UK? Yes, definitely. The added advantage of doing a master's in the UK, especially in engineering domain, is most universities will not ask for a GRE score, and a lot of universities are ranked top 100 in the world. So Ganesh, I think depending on your percentage, you can choose from any Russell Group universities. I can also recommend you some other universities like Strathclyde has a very good engineering school. University of Bath, like Taru said, University. Then we have Loughborough University. It's one of the top universities in the UK for engineering. So check out these kind of universities. I think they pretty much suit your profile. Next up, Sagar is asking, completed my bachelor's in mechanical, 8.1 CGPA, 2.5 years experience in sales and marketing, confused between project management and MBA in sales. Scope and job opportunities. Can I get PR on sponsorship job? Yes, you can get PR on sponsorship job. So I hope that answers the question here. You have a good profile, Sagar, and you also have experience in sales and marketing. Uh, I would recommend that you have a 2.5 years experience and you have a good score. Uh, you should ideally go for an MBA. And for that, if you want to get into a top school, so I'll suggest you one university here, which is University of Durham. So Durham MBA is one of the top 50 MBAs in the world, and your profile perfectly matches it. And if you want to, and plus they don't require the GMAT score. Also, it is one of the most affordable MBAs globally. It will cost you just under £35,000, and there are plenty of scholarships on offer as well. Check out Durham MBA. You can also check out Birmingham, University of Birmingham. You can also check out what do you call University of Sheffield. You can also check out University of Leeds. So all these are Russell Group universities. They've got really good business schools. I would recommend going for an MBA rather than project management because you have experience in sales and marketing. Go for an MBA. It will be better for you. Uh, Cool. So very interesting question, Ned Stark, and very interesting name. What are the percentage of getting jobs after business management program? Well, actually, let me just make it. Let me just put it that way, guys. No matter which program you graduate from, uh, be it business management, be it engineering, be it computer sciences, uh, there's one thing which should be there. That is, you have to network. And why? Because things abroad do not work like how they work in India. So in India, we do have campus placements. We have people getting jobs right after the graduating, from campus. That does not happen abroad. So whether you graduate from Oxford, you graduate from Cambridge or Harvard or MIT, you have to secure jobs on your own. Uh, Skill, there is a lot more focus on skill these days. So like you cannot just sit and wait for the job to come to you. You have to actively apply. You have to actively network. Universities abroad will help you network with the employers by connecting you with them during career days. Every university in the UK, every college in Canada, every university in Australia, New Zealand, they have career days. They invite employers to the campus. It will be up to you to actually attend those sessions, network with people, talk with people. You can ask them what kind of jobs are available. And if you network well, I think getting a job will not be a problem at all. I have seen many, you know, uh, business people getting good jobs. And many computer sciences people struggling to get jobs during the initial days because they fail to network. So it's very, very essential that you network. I hope that answers your question. uh, Vipin, sir, you skipped my question. Sorry, Vipin, I'm using a software here which which is beyond my control. So it keeps scrolling up, as the comments come. So if I see your question, I'll answer it right away. uh, Cool. Kunal, I think I've spoken to you in one of the other sessions as well. You have your gap after second year, so and that is for 3 years. So I'm not really sure how your profile is going to be taken up. Like I said, if there was some okay, you were working in a family business, so yeah, we can try. So I would suggest that you get in touch with the counselors and they can help you. See, this will be a very, very borderline case, to be honest, because the gap is for 3 years. So I'm not really sure how the universities are going to take it up. So it will be entirely dependent on your application. But fortunately, I think most UK universities are free to apply. So you can apply to these universities and check if they accept the gap. However, a very strong SOP is required in your case. Ashok, which university has IELTS waivers for masters? Many universities will offer IELTS waivers for masters. Ashok, get in touch with our counselors and we can help you with uh, the options. Next up, Shivani is asking which is better, MBA from Northampton or MS in Management from Swansea? Okay, Shivani, purely on the reputation basis, I would say Swansea is a better university than Northampton. But check out University of Northampton's MBA program, which is also offered with a placement here. And you just have to pay like £500 extra for placement. And in case you don't get a placement, you can also graduate with an MBA. But my opinion would be MS Management Finance from Swansea over Northampton. Mohit Kumar, overall 6 band sufficient for masters. Unfortunately, not many universities will accept it. 6.5 is something we look at. Mohit, 2.5 year gap as long as it's justifiable, as in you have a valid explanation that why the gap is there. I think that will be perfectly fine. Soumya, Arden University, not really recommended to be honest. I think you can look at some other universities. Because I think Arden is more of a private. I'm not really sure it's a private university. You seem to have a very good profile with 8.81 CGPA and 2 years in IT industry. You can get into a Russell Group university as well. Why do you want to spend so much money on a private university? Uh, Monica, best universities for MSc Digital Marketing. Monica, check out the MSc Digital Marketing program at King's College London. So if you're looking at a best university, so it's one of the best universities in the UK, which is ranked around, I think, 35th in the world. And they have a very good MSc Digital Marketing program, which you can choose. Cool. I'll take up one or two more questions and yeah. Very interesting, Pooja. What advantages does studying in a Russell Group university have? So, let me put it that way. Russell Group universities are basically IITs and IIMs of the UK, something like Ivy Leagues of US, Group of 8 of Australia. So they are the top ranking universities, which include universities like Oxford, Cambridge, Edinburgh, Glasgow, King's, LSE, UCL, Imperial. Studying at these universities give you an obvious edge, something like how an IIT or an IIM grad gets an edge in India. Similarly, you get an edge in the UK in the job market. Yes, it is true that we are slowly moving towards a skill-based, I would say, uh, more and more employers are looking at skills. But let me tell you one thing, that your chances of getting your CV picked up is very high if you study at Russell Group universities. So this data which was collected last year, which said that uh, every I don't know, like third every 3 students out of 5 students in the UK who get placed are from Russell Group universities. So you can understand how reputed or how renowned these universities are. Cool. So guys, before I wrap up today's session, just a quick reminder again. There's a link which is floating in the chat box. Um, you can sign up with LeapScholar. They'll help you with you can get exclusive guidance from me in a one-on-one session. Plus, you also get a lot of benefits, which includes, dedicated counselor. You can also uh, do your IELTS prep. We'll help you with your SOP, LORs, and everything you need to know. Everything you would require for your study abroad journey. So go sign up, and I'll hope to see you in a session. Soon. I think we're doing 1 or 2 more sessions this week. So I'm so sorry if I was not able to answer all of your questions today. But I'll be back with another session tomorrow, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you, guys. Good evening, everyone.